constant change, even if something worked, right? The old way was never good enough. Well, you know what? Sometimes the old ways, they are good enough. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. So the other day I did a video, I don't know how many videos, a couple videos ago, 3 maybe, I can't remember, where I talked about the fact that we are going to start next month, little by little, kind of experimenting with whatnot. And the feedback was terrific for the most part, but there's a few people that are just vitriolic about it and they just didn't like it and they were commenting down below. And I want to address some of their questions and some of those issues today. And I have a lot of great sales as well. I think, let me just look. Last check, and there were 3 that cha-chinged after I wrote this down. 24 sales going out of here today, $716.24. Let's take a look. Now, if you watch the Trash to Cash podcast, if you watch my show often, maybe not every day, but you've heard me talk about it before. And I've always said since day one, when I jokingly criticized people like Dave and Carrie and Paul and all the people that have been selling over there for a while, I've always said since day one that I actually think it's going to be good for eBay sellers who never buy, who never sell on whatnot. It's still going to help eBay sellers out. And this, well, I'll tell you what, I've got 3. Let me just pull this whole bin out of here. I'm going to go dig and find the 3 hats that sold. And this kind of leads into my story in a little bit. All right, let me pull the hats out of the old hat bin right here, the old U.S. Virgin Islands bin. All right, I dug through there and you didn't have to watch it, but we found the 3 hats. So this USS Wisconsin, this hat is headed out of here for $19 plus shipping. This Texas A&M hat, I think this is a vintage made in the USA. There it is. Yep, there it is. #1 apparel made in the USA. You see that? And it's in okay condition. You know, a lot of hats I don't clean. Some, if they're high priced and I think I can get a lot more money, I'll clean them. But usually I don't. I don't even reshape them. I probably am going to start because I just love selling hats. I know some people don't, but I like them. They're interesting to me. It's kind of like VHS tapes. I love those too. I don't know why, but they interest me. And so I think I might start cleaning. I'm going to get Cernock down here to teach me how to do it better than I do it. So this one is cool. Of course, it's Yankees, but it's like almost like bootleg, but it's not because it's an American Needle Cooperstown collection right there. You see Cooperstown collection, American Needle. Whenever you see American Needle, it's almost always good. And that one was, I think, 14 plus shipping, or 15 plus shipping, 14 plus shipping for that Aggies hat. Those are pretty cool. So that's what, I don't know, I gotta do some math here. $48 plus shipping for those 3 hats. Usually when you see these Masters hats, they're usually American Needle as well. Yep, there it is right there, American Needle. And so that's a good brand to look out for sure. But I sold a hat or 2, I think 2 last time. Got 3 going out of here. I sold another one today. Hats are starting to sell like crazy, and I think that might have something to do with whatnot, maybe. And we're going to talk about that in just a second and why I think it's good for multiple reasons for eBay sellers who don't want to make that leap over there, and I don't blame you. My natural inclination is to not change anything unless I feel a need to, and we'll talk about that in a second. One of those 3 hats was to a viewer. I saw you pick this up on your YouTube channel. It was maybe last video. Can't remember. Pretty sure it was last video. Saw you pick this up on your YouTube channel, Commonwealth Picker, the other channel, the yard sale channel. And I got so excited. My husband is a plank owner of the Wisconsin. He served aboard during the recommissioning in 1988. I haven't seen a real cap for the whiskey, the Wisconsin, in years. I love your channel. Thanks, Leanne. Leanne, thank you very much, and thank your husband for his service, for me, for my family, for the country. We appreciate you, and that's headed your way, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope he enjoys it. We're going to grab 3 more really quick and then talk about our topic for a minute, and then I got to roll because we have got a bunch of sales. I keep hearing that cha-ching. I don't know if we're going to ship out more than what I originally said, but things are selling. So that old Nikon yardage finder is what it is. If you ever see any of these laying around, they're easy to miss. Some people think they're cameras, but they're not. This is an older version of the Cool Shot, and golfers use them. And some of the newer ones go for big bucks. We got this from the Lost and Found sale. This one wasn't the highest end, but it still sold for pretty good money. This one sold for $75 plus shipping, and we are in this for pure profit at this point. We've paid off everything. and are making money like crazy on that sale. Love it. That one's over on the Commonwealth Auctions channel if you want to check it out. It is, can't remember what did I call that one. Wintertime sourcing, secret sourcing location, something like that. $75 plus shipping. What do you know? We sold some 8-tracks. Both KISS to different people. I don't think either was a viewer. If you were, then you didn't leave a message on the messaging system on the purchase, so I apologize. I don't think it was Destroyer. We must have some other KISSes here. I think Hotter Than Hell is one of them, and now I don't see it there either. There's one right there. Hotter Than Hell, and I think this one might be Love Gun. There you go. Those two right there. One sold for $9 plus shipping. I think that was Love Gun, and one sold for $17 plus shipping. Not too bad on those right there. That's what, $26 plus shipping, 2 different sales. Next one I had to start digging through without you here because I didn't want you going nuts waiting for me to find the right one. But these are all inflatables. And Bubba's girlfriend listed all of these for us. And she's been doing a little bit of listing lately. But this was one task I didn't want to take on. It came from the once-in-a-lifetime sale. And they all had to be inflated. They all had to have a picture. And then they had to be deflated and put in here. And she's been trying to make a little extra money. And she's been helping us get through this death pile. I hope to kind of increase her role over time. I hope, if she's willing and she wants to. Now, I had this one and I lost it. Here it is. Bud Light football helmet. And this one here, the football, I'll have to show it to you because I sure as heck I'm not blowing this thing up. Be out of breath for the next hour. That football helmet, and most of these are listed for $25 plus shipping, and they're heating up as the weather is heating up. And that Bud Light helmet sold for $25. $25 plus shipping. Next one is an 80s pop slash soft rock maybe cassette lot. And I figured it would go for around $1.25 a piece, and that's about exactly what we got. We were into a tub, a massive tub like this big, just full of cassettes for 20 bucks. And we sold one cassette. If you remember that cassette, it was a sealed. I think there was only one sealed in that whole bucket. It was a Bruce Springsteen sealed for $25. So we made our money back on one cassette. And all the other ones, we took a bunch to the booth. We're selling a bunch here. This lot right here, I can't remember the number, 40 something, but it's so, I'll put it up here so you can see it. I think it sold for $53. All right, I take it back, but you already know this. There's 43 of them, and it sold for $56 for that lot of cassettes right there. All pure profit at this point, as are all the cassettes we're selling from that tub. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room for just a second. So, Whatnot. Now, a lot of you are saying, I don't even know what that is. I don't even care. I just like watching your show and whatever. I sell on eBay, right? And if that's your opinion, perfectly fine. I get it. Matter of fact, I feel like there's a few different groups of people here. There's a group of people that are like, yeah, whatever, you know, it's a new platform, just like Poshmark, just like Mercari, just like Depop, all these stuff that people, you know, hardcore eBay resellers, which I've always considered myself that, and I probably will always consider myself that. They just don't think they need to deal with it. And you know what? You're probably right. You don't need to deal with it. Then there's a group of people that are just like fear of missing out, where they hear something new and they just have to go do it. To be honest, that's not really me. That goes against everything. You know, you want to know one of the things that really led me to quit teaching was this constant change. Even if something worked, right? The old way was never good enough. Well, you know what? Sometimes the old ways, they are good enough. They're even better sometimes than the new ways. Matter of fact, most of the time, they're better than the new ways. But that doesn't mean you can't look at things and say, all right, this is what's good about this, and this is what's bad about this. And so there's a ton of people who were, you know, very critical of me for making the decision to just put my toe in the waters of Whatnot, and I do not understand that. But I do understand the human psychology of people who are watching it and thinking, you know what, this isn't for me, this isn't what I want to do, this isn't what I need to do, and I think most people out there are in that boat. You just don't need to do it. eBay has a huge platform. If you enjoy just selling on one platform, keep things simple, do it. I mean, how many people want to go and be an auctioneer on a live auction website? That is not for everybody. I get that. But I feel like in the situation that I'm in, where all of my income, in some way, shape, or form, even the YouTube income, comes directly from reselling in different ways, I felt like this is the right decision. I know it's the right decision because of my family, because my daughter is interested in doing it, because my oldest son is interested in it. And that's really the key to this, right? A lot of people my age, they don't look at people who are 20. They just look and think, oh, these people don't know what they're talking. Young kids, they're confused, whatever. But let me tell you, being a teacher, I saw what went on the last 2 to 3 years. There is an entire generation of people where a certain portion of that generation is used to living their lives in their home, and their reality is on a computer, is on a phone. And that's the life that they live. And there is a market of people out there. And this idea of Whatnot was first marketed to those folks and has grown to expand to market to other people. But it is by no means going to take over eBay. It is by no means going to destroy the reseller community. I don't see the fear. If you're an eBay seller, you want to sell on eBay, I think that's a great idea, and I think you should continue to do it. I know for sure that I'm not going to say never, I am unlikely to ever stop selling on eBay, at least for the near future. All right, I'm going to try to make 2 more points really quick about why I think this is a good thing, why Whatnot is a good thing for eBay sellers, even if you never sell on this new platform. And so the first reason is simple. It's competition. I used to talk about this all the time. There's a certain segment of the population that are just completely afraid of competition. And you know what? Who wants to work harder for the same dollar, right? I get that. But there used to be a saying I would tell to my baseball teams all the time. It was a proverb, I believe. And it's, as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. So I've already seen, and I've alluded to this earlier, but I think it's true. I've already seen reactions in the reselling world to a new platform. And I think you're going to see over the next year, you can go back and watch this video a year from now, you're going to see reactions. And I hope that some of those reactions are going to improve the environment for the reseller. Not just the buyer, but for the reseller. Because as of right now, Whatnot is heavily slanted towards the seller. Now, I highly doubt that that'll last forever. But because of that, people like, groups like businesses like eBay, Mercari, and all those, they have to start tilting a little bit because they're losing market share. The second thing I want to make a point at is these hats right here, and I'm going to make the point by using these hats. All right, you've often heard me, well, I don't know if you have or not, talk about Cernox Connection. He does not have a big footprint on social media. He's got an Instagram, he's got a little YouTube. But he is a tremendous seller of vintage item, including hats. To me, if I have a hat question, he is my expert. You'll see him on an episode of Commonwealth Picker from last year. You're going to see him on one coming up. And I'm going to hopefully have him in the cabin talk about hats a little bit because he knows far more than I do. So he sells tons and tons and tons of hats on eBay. Well, guess what he's not doing anymore? Selling tons and tons and tons of hats on eBay. You know who that's good for? That's good for me because I'm selling hats here. He's really introduced hats to a market of people that aren't necessarily eBay buyers. So he's introducing them to a different market, a new market. The eBay market is still there with less sellers. So of course, supply and demand, I'm starting to sell hats. Now, I don't know if, this is obviously not scientific here, but I sold a couple last time, 3 this time, got a couple more going out next time. That's the kind of thing that helps resellers. I don't think it hurts. I think it's a good thing. He's making less money over there on Whatnot than he would be making on eBay, but he's turning things over quicker. It's good for me. It's good for you if you're an eBay reseller as well. I've made this point before, but I really, really mean it. I think this is overall just a movement towards different ways of selling things. Look, brick and mortar, it's not dead. It'll never be dead. People like the experience. They like to get things right now, but it's not as strong as it once was. Let's just face it. I think we all know that. And it's just different marketplaces to sell your goods. And Whatnot is nothing to be afraid of. Even if you're a reseller, even if you never go look at that site, even if you never sell anything, never buy anything there, it's nothing to be afraid of. You should embrace it because I think it's going to help eBay sellers like me. Feel free to disagree, of course, and put them in the comments. I leave those comments there, respectful comments. It's good, right? Competition, free speech, all this stuff moves us all in the right direction. And I think that's where we need to go. But you will see me sell on eBay for a long, long time for sure. But I can tell you right now, my boy doesn't buy on eBay. And think about that for a second. I'm his dad and he doesn't buy on eBay. So he knows you can find good deals on eBay instead of buying somewhere else. but he's interested in this. My little girl, Reagan, is interested in that platform because it's an interaction. That's all she's had her whole life. I'm not saying that's all she does, but you understand what I'm saying. When I was a kid, we didn't live our lives on the phone. I mean, you know this. When we were growing up, well, I don't know how old y'all are, but I remember getting phone calls from my girlfriend and nobody else in the house could get on the phone if I was talking to her, right? I remember getting nervous too sometimes when I had to call him, you know, because I had to talk to her dad when he picked up the phone and I had to ask for his daughter. Scared me to death, if you know what I mean. Especially because her dad worked for the SWAT team and her mom was a parole officer. That really scared me. Mikowski, I think that was this one. We bought this in the yard sale video last week. I paid $5 for it. I'm like, that's in great shape. I figured we could get $25. We couldn't. We got $18 plus shipping. Okay, I think we undersold something here, and I told you before that Bubba's girlfriend was listing some things, and between me and her and Blue Ridge Mama, we have been getting to the bottom of that death pile just in time for some new sales, considering I don't have the new shed yet, which is a little frustrating, but it is what it is. And this belt buckle right here, let me see if I can zoom in on it, and I have to get the title for you because there's a name that's associated with this one right here. We undersold it, she listed it, and I understand why looking at the comps, but in retrospect, I think we could have got at least double and maybe triple what we sold it for. Don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming her at all, because I gave her things with the explicit instructions to, I want you to dig, I want you to figure it out, and if you make a mistake, it's perfectly okay, because I believe that the best way to learn how to do this is to make a few mistakes. It's not the end of the world. You know, I didn't give her anything that I thought would be a $100 mistake, but limited edition Frederick Remington solid brass historical cowboy belt. There's a ton of those listed out there. And this is a decent comp for some of them. But if you look in and find that particular one, it is part of a set of 4. And this is an older version of it. And that set of 4 can go for $150, $175. So people who are trying to put it all together might sell theirs for $40. $30. I think I probably would have listed it for maybe $39 plus shipping and would have waited a while and got it. Plus this has a belt with it too. Not that that brings much value, but it brings some. And I didn't tell her, by the way. I'm probably not going to, because chances are we're never going to come across this belt buckle again. And I don't even know where we got this one from. $14 plus shipping, still making a good profit on it. Okay, had another sale here to a viewer. This is ABC Matt Brakes. He's bought a few things in the past, so thank you. He does have a YouTube channel. New York Yankees head cover right there. And it's for 3 wood. That went for $14.50. Free shipping. So, you know, it's really light, really simple. And I usually just throw these in a poly bag. Something like, well, that's going to be too small. Like this right here. That's going to probably be too big. I've got one in between. But we just throw them in a poly bag. I mean, there's nothing going to happen to them. And it keeps it light, right? That's probably going to be under 4 ounces even with the bag. And it keeps it super cheap. There you go. So there's 2, another ounce for the bag, and we're good to go. And since we're talking about shipping, and the shipping table right here went to Bill. Plans for the shipping table over there on CommonwealthPicker.com. Thank you, Bill, so much. I hope you enjoy the shipping table. We love it. All right, I got to read this because this is funny. This is the comment of the day here. Thank you, Kevin. Best of the best, which makes me feel real good. Of course, today's my birthday, and this is from Matt, ABC Matt Brakes, who bought the Clubhead cover. And as a gift, I wanted to buy something from your store to help out. Side note, this is where it gets good. I can't watch Dave, NC Picker / NC Flipper videos without cringing in the first minute. So I feel the same way. You just made, if it was my birthday, that comment right there would be a birthday gift. I'm a loyal fan viewer of you and of Matt, part-time picker. And no doubt, Matt is the best for sure. Did you see he had a garage sale video the other day? He had one garage sale to go to, and he goes and he just cleans house. One sale. That's typical Matt. At any rate, thank you so much for the wonderful comments and for insulting Dave. That made my day. And by the way, y'all, I say that facetiously. If you watch the Trash to Cash podcast with Dave and Carrie, I would say maybe 5% of what we say is true. Well, what I say is true. Maybe 5% of what they say is true. All right, I got Turner, and we didn't have any, like, Turner stuff to sell today. But I know he likes Yahtzee. And here's the cat. See, you came in here. And Pepper's going to come in here. All right, Pepper's here. All right. So you like Yahtzee, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Who wins? Who do you like to play Yahtzee with?
Grammy or Reagan?
Grammy and Reagan. Okay. Who wins most time?
Reagan.
Reagan does.
Either Reagan or me.
Reagan or you. Grammy's not so good at it?
Actually, she's just not lucky.
Not lucky. All right, this is a different kind of Yahtzee. You see this? I got this game a long, long time ago, and somehow it managed to get in the bottom of my death pile. A long time ago. And back then it was worth a lot more than it is now because of the pandemic and everybody was at home. And I made the mistake of not listing it then. It was going for around $40. Now, unfortunately, it's going to go for just under $20 plus shipping. But that's still enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
I'm sitting here looking at my computer screen and I hear purring. These Under Armour shorts took me a long time to find, so I spared you the trouble of watching me find them. $14 plus shipping, and for all you Ginger Marvin fans out there, yeah, I know. She probably would have found them really quick. They were in this tub. I have some shorts in there and some in here, so I dug through here first, and they weren't there, and then I had to dig through there. Wasn't too bad, though. Y'all remember Anthony Robbins, Personal Power? I remember in L.A. that I was a Kings fan. I was a hockey fan. And I remember he would come in and talk to the Kings on occasion and get them ready. And that's the year they actually went to the Stanley Cup. They lost it, but at least they went. And this is old school Personal Power. These are cassettes right here. I bought this at a sale where it was so cheap. I just started picking up media. And I'm like, something's going to hit. Something's going to hit. I had a feeling these would be okay. These sold for $21 plus shipping. But there was a few real winners in there. And ended up making some money. You know, sometimes you can grab a whole ton of stuff knowing a lot of it's not good. And then definitely get one winner in it. And I think we had like 3 or 4 winners in it. And we like quadrupled our money pretty darn quick just on a few items. I think maybe this is where a lot of people falter, right? Not doing new things. I don't want to do new things. I hate new things. Turn fear and self-sabotage into confidence and success. Little Tony Robbins for you. That guy was funny. He was huge, by the way, and that voice. Y'all remember that voice? All right, what am I looking for? Cold Sassy Tree. And this was in the same lot of media stuff. Pretty sure. All right, you know what? This might have come from a different sale. And this was $20 free shipping. Not a bad little profit. I grabbed it, never heard of it. I just grabbed it because it was sealed. I figured it would be okay, and it was. We have the third out of, I think, 4 viewer sales today. Out of the 20... What did I say, 24? Let's see. Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. Right there. That's a sweet one. Right there. Rest in peace. Eagles, Hotel California, which I love that one as well. I think, what did I do with that? There's the LP right there. Check that out. Absolutely love that. Sunsets in SoCal are amazing, although that's mid-California, I believe. All right, what do we got? Eagles Greatest Hits, and there's 2 of them here. And I think it's that one. I think. Although I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. You know, slight differentiation in them. And then, what was it? I think it was Journey. I'm trying to find Journey here. There it is. Journey Escape. I think that's the one. I have a hard time getting it out. Hold on a second here. I'm going to have to put the camera down. Okay, that's Journey Escape. That one right there. Isn't it crazy? I feel like young people like older music now far, far more than when I was a kid. And I think it's just because they have access to so much music. And I don't know. Anyway, those 4 are going out to Fatima. And let me read the message. All right, those went out for $43.50 plus shipping altogether. They were separate purchases. They were not a lot. So we'll have to adjust that shipping for you there. Hi, Kevin. Love your YouTube videos. You have a wonderful family and cute animals. That's awesome. Thank you. You're right. It's better that way than to have a cute family and wonderful animals. I like it this way better. I follow your YouTube channels and Facebook. Great content. Thank you. My name is Fatima. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. I bought not too long ago the ZZ Top and Grateful Dead vinyls. I do remember that, so thank you. And you bought previously, you bought something before, because I remember commenting about your name, and I'm curious to know the origins of your name, because there's all kinds of different historical origins, whether that's, and see if I can get this right now that I'm going down this trail here. I think middle of World War I, there's a city in Portugal, or maybe it's southern Spain, but I think it's Portugal, where the Virgin Mary supposedly appeared in 1917, and the Catholic Church made it like a place of pilgrimage or something like that. And of course, the Fatimid dynasty, which I remember teaching, this is the most difficult part of teaching history, was all of the different caliphates in the Middle East, and this one was maybe 10th century, 11th century, North Africa. The Fatimid dynasty, I think they competed, tried to destroy the Abbasid Caliphate, and they called themselves that. You don't care about this, but I'm going to finish my story. What the heck? You can fast forward 10 seconds. And they called themselves the Fatimid dynasty because that is the daughter of Khadijah and Muhammad. Of course, that was, 400 years before. But, claiming legitimacy because of ancestry is something that's been going on for a long, long time. And so I'm curious to know the origins of your name, if you wouldn't mind sharing it with us. Thanks for the purchase. Hope you enjoy. All right, here's the 4th viewer purchase of the day, and I think the last one for today. And you bought 2 things. Josh, thank you. I'll read your comment in a second, if I can find what you bought. So there's WWF. Here it is right here. It's Our Time. I think this is the one. This is a fairly cheap one right here. And I picked it up for $1.50, 50 cents. And, you take them home and you just don't know how much they're worth. This one was listed for $5 plus shipping. Josh picked it up. And speaking of wrestling, just make you dizzy there, spinning it around. Some people just listen, which is why I try to say what I'm getting. So the NWO drawer, this is the decals, WCW, and this sold for $9, and that's $4.99 plus shipping. Unfortunately, I can't ship them together. I could, I suppose, and I'd get away with it, but I better not. All right, I love this comment here, so thank you, Josh. I appreciate it greatly. Kevin, love the videos. I buy, sell, and collect Pokemon cards, mostly, but I always look for a good deal, no matter what it is. Your videos remind me of spending weekends with my dad. Am I your dad? Am I that old? Garage sales and picking. Even though he passed away 7 years ago, I still hear his voice say how much that is worth. Once again, thanks for the great videos. P.S. I don't own a VCR, so this VHS will just go on my wrestling shelf since I remember watching it with my dad. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Josh, and they're both headed your way, and I hope you enjoy. Speaking of VHS, we're going to head back here again and grab one, and this is an interesting one. I don't think, this is a sealed VHS. I got it from the Once in a Lifetime sale, and I'm going to bring out another one because I want to make a point here. This is Prism. I think there's another brand name on this that I can't remember. Maybe it's not for this one, but it is a generic one, and this down here, it might be the same. Yeah, I think it's the same Prism, right? So I remember Santa and the Three Bears when I was a kid, so this is nostalgic for me, and so this would interest me, but I had never heard of this, ever, right here. But somebody out there has, and nobody had it listed new. I don't even think anybody had it listed used on eBay, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to list it. There's one person out there that'll want it. If I have the only one, it'll sell. Even if it doesn't sell for a lot, it sold for $10 plus shipping. Anybody ever watch that one? I never heard of it. Snow White Christmas. Maybe I should have watched it, but then I would have broke the seal. Yesterday I didn't have any sales in the eBay cave. Today I have a bunch. Some good, some not so good. This was from a great lot, but this particular sale isn't good. Just some old military aircraft books. Made hundreds of dollars on this buy. $10 for a whole box, and was selling tons and tons of them for, 10, 15 bucks a piece. This one sold for $5. $4.50, I think. It was pretty bad, plus shipping. No, I take it back. $5.45 plus shipping. It's a sports bra from Victoria's Secret, I think. And this one sold for $10 plus shipping. Now this one was a good one. Bose speaker. This particular speaker sold for $49 plus shipping. No attachments, nothing that goes with it, I don't think. Happy to get it out of this shelf. my electronics shelf over there. I don't sell too many bows because I don't find that many around here. I wish I could find a few more because they're great sellers. This one's a cool sale. I love this is an old cassette. This is a Conductor series, which I don't think I've ever seen that one before. It's padded, and it has, I don't know how many it has. It can fit a whole ton of cassettes in here, maybe 32 or something, I don't know. But, I mean, you've seen them more than that. That's a bunch. And so that one right there sold for $20 plus shipping. I love grabbing these, especially when they're full of cassettes, which this one was. And so, you know, if they're full of cassettes and have a price for everything on it, you can cherry pick the good cassettes or sell them off in bulk. And this right here sold for 20 bucks. So if I can pick one of these up for $5, sell this for 20, and then have all the cassettes, that's pretty good. But I think this one was even cheaper, like $1, maybe $2. I did a sale. I think the thumb was Fire on the Wire, but the video was called, I'm trying to remember, the garage sale star led me to the back of her pickup truck. And I named it that because I found some blow molds, some nativity blow molds in the back for like dirt cheap, incredibly dirt cheap. And right across the street, I found literally a wire full of vintage t-shirts, NASCAR shirts. This one's cool. This is $19.99. I mean, check that out, y'all. Daytona, what does it say? It starts here, Daytona 500, 1999, Great American Race. And that, look at that. I mean, that thing is awesome. Back hit on it. It is not single stitch, but it is cool. It's on a, there you go, competitor's view tag, made in the USA, front and back. Killer shirt. And we found some single stitch, found some, I think, $200 shirt in there. Crazy, crazy good shirts. And it was in an area that was like 10 miles from my house, and I didn't even know it existed. A whole community. I'd never even seen it before. At any rate, that one sold for $40 plus shipping.
No. Yeah.
All right, Reagan, what did you sell out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store?
Cassandra, Wisconsin River Pickers got a Trash to Cash hat.
Trash to Cash hat. Is that the one Cassandra, we may have missed this one, signing that hat.
Yeah.
So I think we missed it, and it's already headed your way. So I apologize. And if you want to send it back, we'll pay for the shipping or whatever. Just send me a message. We'll try and make it up to you. All right, what else? Because I'm the only one who can sign it anyways, unless you're taking it to Dave and Carrie in Vegas, you know. You ready there? You want to sell some stuff, Pepper?
Michelle got We Get Things Moving sticker.
Okay.
Jason got a Trash to Cash hat, and he's been using the Commonwealth Picker table, and he loves it.
Oh, he got the Commonwealth Picker table. Okay.
Table plans.
Awesome. Thank you all very much. We appreciate you.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Hey, I wanted to share something with you. So we got a little thank you card from Isaiah 117 House. If you don't know anything about them, we ran into them in a garage sale. They have garage sales and raise money for this, and it's for kids that have just been taken out of their homes and put into the foster care system. And it's for right there in that moment, right when they've been taken out, and when they go to the facility to be processed in and all that stuff. And in that difficult time, that's when this group steps in. And there are some, you know, if you're not a religious person or something, there are some other organizations who do the exact same thing, but these folks are great, and we've developed a little bit of a relationship with them, and it's awesome. And so we just sent a little bit of money, and they sent us a thank you note, and I just wanted to tell you that because they sent it to us, all of us, because you guys have raised money through our purchases on CommonwealthPicker.com that we've contributed. You have given directly from like auctions and things like that as well. So I just want to share that thank you with you. Pepper wants in, but I'm not going to let her in just yet because I'm about ready to get out of the shed myself. At any rate, hey, pay attention next week, I think, and you should see a dedicated video to a sponsored ad on here, which is very relevant to reselling, and it's going to answer a bunch of questions that folks have asked me lately, but it is going to be a sponsored ad. When you see that ad, we are going to give away a Rollo printer. We're going to give away a wireless Rollo printer to somebody on here, and you won't even have to say anything in the comments, I don't think. I might say something about it. Maybe you put Rollo in there or something. So when you see that video, that is dedicated. It's not a what sold video. That's when you get a chance to win one of those. And we have that Rollo affiliate link, but you might want to wait and not use it, even if you're ready to get one, until you get a shot at that. So at any rate, thank you all for joining us. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Hey, if you do want to check out Whatnot, There is a link below. If you've never checked it out and you want to sign up, you can sign up through my link. I get $10 to spend on there. You get $10 to spend on there. And that would be cool. So if you don't, that's fine too. But I appreciate you. And they appreciate you. And I can't wait to see you next.